Hello once again, my fellow Wastelanders. Welcome to Blind Dad Does. My name is Ira, and I hope you guys are having a very good day. Today, we are back in Fallout 76. Finally, I wanted to do it yesterday. My internet connection was absolute crap, and so I really couldn't do anything with it. Hey, S19, welcome to the show. Hey, Ollie, welcome to the show. Hello, Jolene, welcome to the show as well. I hope you guys are having a very good day. So, well, yes, that's the advantage of having a little button that I can push to make it happen. It's a very simplified process for me getting those messages out there pretty quickly. But anyways, that's where bots come in very handy. Yes, indeed. But it is absolutely glorious to have you guys here with me tonight, and I hope you guys are ready to have a little bit of fun. We have the treasure hunter event going on, and unfortunately, somebody's trying to call me right in the middle of doing my show. Go figure. But I'll turn that off there real rapidly. Anyways, we have the treasure hunter event going on today, and I'm going to see if I can get this thing to show up on my screen correctly. It should, but it's kind of been a little bit of a pain in the butt for me. There we go. Hey, there we go. Awesome. That'll work. So, Iron Save, hey, welcome to the show. Glad to have you here with me tonight as well, and I hope that you're having a great day too. So thank you for showing up, everybody, and making this happen. I'm hoping everybody out there is going to have a little bit of fun. I've been kind of working through a little bit of the season so far, off camera, off stream, just because there have been so many little pain in the butt things going on with it. I can go into that a little bit as we progress, but yeah, it's kind of been a royal pain getting things to function in Fallout over the past week. Yesterday, I wanted to do some streaming and get everything out because yesterday the treasure hunter event started. And, well, lo and behold, my internet decided to take a nosedive in a really bad way. So I wasn't really able to do much of anything, but I have been able to manage getting myself up to rank 33 so far, which isn't bad, not shabby. We can get a little bit further though, I think. Let me make sure of what I can scrap here. Yeah. I'll get rid of this stuff so it's out of my inventory and out of my weight. There we go. That'll work. So, let me see. Catch up on chat here a little bit. Yeah, unfortunately, also one of the unfortunate things is my backdrop decided to fall. And I had it embedded in the ceiling and it decided to fall again for the second time last night. And so I've kind of decided not to make use of it right now because I don't want to ruin our ceiling any more than it already is, basically. So kind of one of those things you got to deal with. So yeah, you can see the lovely Jolene in the background there. You can give everybody a wave. Maybe they'll be able to see. I don't know. But let me make sure I don't need to scrap anything here real quick before we get ourselves kind of prepped up and going. I don't think so. All right. So I do have, or at least I did the last I knew, have some lunch boxes going, but it looks like they actually might be worn off at this point. Yeah, it does look like they have worn off. So we'll have to maybe use some of those too, just to get that little bit of an XP boost for things. Let's see. Hey, hon, if you could give him a call back and let him know I'm on the air, I'd appreciate it, baby. Thank you. Right in the middle of a stream. S19, do you have like an Xbox or a console or anything? Is that what you play on? I'm just curious. The PC that I have right now, it's maybe not the greatest PC, but it does okay. And I think if I remember right, we got it put together for about $900, somewhere around in there. But I do like everything on PC, so it's where my life is. Yeah, unfortunately, when you're a little bit younger like that, you gotta kind of deal with things. But maybe you can pick up a couple of odd jobs here and there and try to save up a little bit. Yeah, okay. I mean, at least you have a little something that you can do. if you want to try to pick up streaming or anything along those lines, there's definitely ways to do it. I'm going to come out here and go into my my camp real quick and make sure that I have everything all arranged and all that kind of good stuff. I'm going to show you guys some of the places that I go to get these mole miner treasure hunters pretty consistently. Go ahead and grab all that stuff. Of course, now I'm overweight. I got to get that taken care of. Some of this stuff I can scrap though. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, and who's attacking what over here? Nothing. My cannons are going off for no reason. Go figure. All right. So I am slightly overweight. Let me go ahead and join in with a public team. I do have the herd mentality perk or mutation, which makes it so that if I am in a group, I get +2 to all of my specials. But when I'm not in a group, I also lose special points. So being in that public group is definitely helpful. Let me go ahead and drink a couple of these pieces of booze here real quick, just to get them out of my inventory. There we go. Earlier today, I ended up picking up this, and I'm kind of curious as to how this would actually work out in a real world situation. It's a mutant's pipe bolt action rifle or pistol. Sorry, you can change that into a rifle if you need to be. But I'm going to probably do a weapon spotlight on that at some point in time, just because I can. Why not? Okay. See, I do have a couple of things that I can script as well too. Let me go ahead and do that too. Well, I mean, it's worth a shot. I forgot you were over there in the UK there, S19. Yeah, it's a little weirder over there. Do people actually do things like mowing people's lawns and that kind of thing for cash? I'm curious. I'm not from the UK, and I've always kind of wondered how things like that work for you guys that are younger, you know, trying to earn a little bit of cash or something like that. And fast travel bug is happening again, of course. I have to kind of run around a little bit to get it to allow me to fast travel. There we go. There we go. So anyways, how's everybody doing today? You guys doing all right? How's your day been? I've been streaming over the past couple of days doing things not gaming, just kind of discussing topics and having a little bit of fun with you know, just conversing with people and getting to know people a little bit. And it's been really good. It's been really interesting. And if you guys are curious about that, I do have the recordings of those on my YouTube channel over at youtube.com/c/Ira Robinson, or you guys can just look up Blind Dad Does. You'll find me there. I'd like to change my URL over there on YouTube, but for some reason, and I don't understand why, it will not let me delete my old one that I've been using for a long time. And it keeps giving me an error, and I can't figure out why it's doing that.
Randomly selected to win a fabulous
Yay, I won a fabulous prize.
Notice, we've updated our privacy policy. As a monthly prize winner,
hey,
your
I got a
name,
gold
likeness, and
pocket
other
watch.
personal information may be used for publication without your consent. Have a wonderful day.
You have a wonderful day too, Mr. Prizebot. Be safe out there and have fun, my friend. Thank you for the gold pocket watch. Shh, nobody saw anything at all. Nobody saw anything at all. Just look away. Just look away. We'll go over here. Nobody saw a thing. Nobody saw a thing.
Human flesh is not acceptable. Tender here.
Ah, I see. Gotcha. So not a whole lot then, but little things here and there. I want to make sure that I don't have anything else that I can just kind of like sell and get rid of.
Before your next kill.
A couple of little things here and there, I guess. And again, for those of you guys just joining me for the first time, I am blind. I do try to play these games with these severe visual impairments, so you guys are going to see my face doing kind of weird things as I'm trying to see enough to be able to get by and doing things. I'm a little bit further away from my monitor right now than what I usually try to be. Yeah, it is what it is. If one wants to enjoy games, one has to do what one has to do, right? So that's just kind of the way that I do things. Just kind of getting rid of a little bit of things here and there just to kind of clear the inventory out. so that I have enough space basically to carry around what I might end up looting from the treasure hunters. So, because I'm going to show you guys a couple of little tricks to be able to run them down. A couple of places that I found them spawning a lot. So one of those, we can go ahead and get ourselves started. Well, let's take a look at the challenges here for the day and the week. As you can see, I've done some of the week stuff. I've got a couple of things left to do for the week, such as completing the events. We'll make sure we get that taken care of today. Completing the daily operations. I don't know if I'm ever going to get those ones complete or not. I will take a look and see what the daily operation is today. But, you know, to be honest, I've basically gotten everything out of the daily ops that I need to. Like, I've gotten all the plans and the goodies and that kind of thing. So the only reason to do daily ops at this point in time for me is score points, and just kind of like randomly getting those legendary items that might come from it. But a lot of the daily operations I have a very hard time doing because of the way that my vision works. It's not as easily facilitated as just going out and adventuring, basically, or murdering, pillaging, you know, killing, all of that kind of good stuff. So I don't know if I'm going to do any daily ops. We'll take a look and see what one is available today and decide from there. Repairing armor and weapons and power armor and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm just kind of doing those as I get damaged items, basically. And leveling up, of course, that one's there all the time. So the daily today, complete killing of feral ghouls. There's 15 of those, and I think I've already killed... No, I haven't killed any of them. I thought maybe I did, because I had killed a couple of things earlier before getting on to stream, and I thought maybe they were ferals. Use photo mode in your own camp. Can definitely do that. Visit another player's shelter. We can do that, but we'd have to jump onto another server for that. Right now I'm on the public server, so completing an event, we'll definitely do that. And yeah, leveling up. So pretty straightforward, not too difficult at all. And actually, we can go ahead and complete an event right now because the Manhunt event is up over there at the Grafton Dam. I like this event. It's nice, straightforward, easy to do. You can get it completed really quickly. So whenever this one pops up, I tend to do it just because why not? It's not hard to do, and it's fun. So yeah. Iron Save, I see you said you wish it didn't suck at gaming. You know, I'm sorry, I'm catching up to chat a little bit here, but I kind of suck at gaming too, you know, so I mean, it's not that bad. If you're having fun with it, you don't suck. That's what it comes down to. I'm at Grafton Dam, Warden.
I need him taken alive. I will make an example of him to all the other prisoners. My marshals take care of transporting.
Okay, Warden, shut up. We get it. You don't like the guy. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, if you don't, you know, the thing is, like, gaming to me is it's more of a stress relief and a community than anything, really. I really enjoy, like, getting on here, talking to you guys, having some fun while I'm just tooling around doing random stuff, you know what I mean? I mean, most people would probably say that I suck, and I do. You know, there's certain games that I just cannot do, and I don't feel any kind of bad about that, you know. For instance, PvP, if a game is PvP centric, I refuse to do it, you know. So, like, there are cool looking games that are out there, like ones that I would really love to give a shot to, like Apex Legends and Valorant and, you know, Overwatch, all of that kind of stuff, right? And they're very big, popular games. A lot of people love them, and with reason. I mean, they're decent games, right? But when it comes to PvP games, I literally am cannon fodder. I am just nothing but clickbait and XP for the people that are going to be trying to go against me, because I suck at it. And I don't feel bad about sucking at it, because it's part of the reason, you know, part of the reason for that is because of my vision issues. When I try to walk into a situation that is PvP centric, I'm literally handicapped. You know what I mean? So, I don't feel bad about it at all, and don't feel guilty about it or anything like that. So it's like I acknowledge my limitations. You know, I acknowledge that this is something that I just can't do, and I don't really want to like give myself a reason to have heartache over it, I guess is the best way I can put it. So I don't bother, and it doesn't bother me to be that way. There are other people who might say, you know, well, you know, ha ha ha, noob, you suck, or something like that. But you know, hey, everybody's got their limitations, right? Everybody's got to acknowledge the things that they can and can't do. So for me, PvP is just something that I refuse to do. But that being said, there are games that I feel like I am pretty good at. This one, for instance, I think I'm pretty decent with for the things that I have to do with it, I guess. And most of that is because like I have about 2,200 hours worth of game time played in this game. So I've got a lot of like experience playing it. And so I kind of have a pretty good muscle memory about where things spawn, how they're going to move, you know, that sort of thing. But the one thing with this game that helps is that there's the VATS, which is the Vault Assisted Targeting. Yes. Vault Assisted Targeting System. That's what it is. So all you got to do basically is hit a button and it will kind of target the things for you, or at least aim your gun in that direction, if nothing else. So that's helpful to me, knowing that, you know, if I'm in that zone, you know what I mean, that I can at least have a chance at getting something done, you know? So, yeah.
What is with you people down there? My God, you need some help.
Oops, well, that was the wrong button, but... Finding time, yeah, that's a big one. I guess you can say that I'm quote unquote lucky enough that my disability allows me to be here, you know, doing the things that I kind of want to do. But I can definitely acknowledge that having time is a big factor on things for sure. So this area right here, this Pleasant Valley area, not every time, but a lot of the times when I come here, there are a lot of the treasure hunters right in this little zone. So usually I'll find like one right around in this area right here. If I come over this way, there's a chance of one to spawn either right outside of this building or inside of the building. So I just kind of like, I run around here a little bit and see if I can hear their sound cue, because they make kind of a distinctive noise, and you guys will hear it as I find one. But they make kind of a distinctive like radio communication noise. And hopefully there's one in the area that you guys will be able to hear. So far I'm not hearing one though. So maybe they didn't spawn in here at this moment in time. We'll see. Yeah, okay, there you go. You can kind of start hearing it a little bit. Hear one over there? I'll turn the music down just a little bit so you can hear it. You can hear him from quite a distance. Like if you're on the approach to him, you can kind of catch where they might be. So this one sounds like he's like upstairs in this building somewhere. So it's just kind of like a matter of trying to track down the location. Yep, right there he is. So we'll take him out. And each of them will have a chance to drop either a dirty, a regular, or an ornate mole miner pail. And those you can open up for extra treasure goodies. They will also always drop a legendary item. This one in particular dropped a Vanguard's heavy armor right leg. So not bad, not bad. That's actually a pretty decent thing if you're looking for something that's just a 1-star. But you know, if you're looking for something more stars than one, obviously that's kind of a suck one. But Vanguard's is pretty good. I actually have a full set of Vanguard armor that I like to use. But when I'm doing this season stuff, I run in bloodied mode because I have a full set of unyielding armor as well. So I get the extra intelligence out of the unyielding armor. Because with unyielding armor, you get 3 points to all of your stats except for endurance for every bit of health that you have lower, basically. So like in certain tiers, you'll gain 3 to each of your stats. So by the time everything's said and done, right now I've got, what, 30 some odd intelligence, right? Yeah, 37. And the intelligence is an important factor of things because you get extra 2% XP for every point of intelligence you have. And when you're running these seasons, obviously one of the season challenges is to gain XP. For every 10,000 points of XP you get 100 points of rank score. So, you know, by the time everything's said and done, having that higher intelligence where it's sitting right now, I'm getting about 70% bonus boost to my XP gains. So not bad. So there was only one on this server in this area. That's okay. That's no big deal. We'll move on. We'll see if we can see any others over in some of the other zones that I go to. But anyways, the treasure hunter event is pretty cool, you know, just kind of running around and seeing what you can find. And especially since they just came out with the new season and the new patch, they came out with new legendary effects, and some of the new effects for the legendaries that already existed are pretty nice. So, you know, kind of just running around and killing these mole miners to get their legendary goodies. Hey, it's worthwhile doing. I'm going to grab a drink here real quick. Okay, there we go. Needed to hydrate just a little bit. So we're over here at West Tech at this point. We're going to see if any mole miners are over here, but if nothing else, I like just kind of pillaging and looting the super mutants over here. For those of you guys curious as well, I am using kind of a standard commando style build, the sneaky mando, you know, where I'm just kind of like sneaking around and getting the extra bonus sneak attack damage and that kind of thing to the enemies. And the weapon that I'm using in hand right now is a fixer that is anti-armor. It is faster fire rate and faster reload speed. I'll show it to you guys here in just a second. There you go. You guys can see it there. Very nice weapon. I love it a lot. This is probably my favorite go-to weapon. I do have a couple of bloodied fixers as well, but this one is sort of my go-to. I feel like I can pump out more damage with this weapon than I can with the other, even bloodied style weapons. And then the other one that I have as my backup weapon is a vampire fixer with faster fire rate. It doesn't have any tertiary legendary effects, but what it has already is really good. So I'm not too concerned about it. There's not too much else that I would need on it. Again, it's just kind of there as a backup, just in case crap. You know what I mean? In case crap. It's that insurance, you know? So that one used to actually be my primary weapon, and I would use it with a full health build. And when I do go into full health builds, that's definitely one of the things that I will be using. So that was a nocturnal something? Nocturnal wood. That is the... So my RNG angel, my random number generating angel, is very terrible. I think she has been arguing with some of the people in the employees lounge, and she has been very upset with me. I did fire Stella, so I'm not sure what her problem is at this point in time, but she's terrible. I think I need to have her go get some treatment for her crack addiction too, but I'm not sure. So anyways, she really doesn't do me very good. Okay, so we have another treasure hunter right there. You guys can see his blinking is going on. So West Tech, this is another decent place. You can usually find at least one over here as well. So, wow, he died really quickly. I only did like 2 bullets on him. Sheesh. Okay, so he had a Dusty, I think that was, and then an Overeater's T. This is going to be super heavy. This is going to like put me overweight just picking this thing up. A T-45 torso. Yep, that put me way overweight. All right. And not by far, I guess. Not too bad. That was only 2 overweight. But anyways. it's kind of the one thing with this new patch that they just came out with here a couple of weeks ago. They added the fact that power armor can now have legendary effects, and that is nice on the surface, but when you're out looting legendary items from creatures, that power armor is very heavy. It is super heavy, and I really hate to use a perk point to try to get power armor to weigh less. So, all right, okay, so I just got myself underweight a little bit. Not by far, but scrapping the items there, that did help out. So we'll go ahead and move on. I was going to say I might have to try to figure out a way to like go script some of the other items, but I'm good. Anyway, so going back to the point earlier, as long as you're having fun with the game, that's all that really matters. You don't have to be the best. You don't have to be the end all be all or anything along those lines. It's just about having fun. You know, that's when it comes down to it. That's what games are all about, is just trying to figure out a way to enjoy yourself, having that extra moment in time where you can just say, you know what, I'm doing something for me. This is for me and me alone. So there we go. That's why I do it. You know, I do it because I love it. I love to play games. I have a lot of fun with it. It kind of, depending on the game that I'm playing, it can be really inspiring to me to do writing and that kind of thing. So, you know, it's just one of those things. I've been doing it for a very long time. Been playing games since I was a kid myself, you know, and I'm not a kid anymore. So, it's kind of funny because like over the years, again, I've been a gamer, you know, since my early days. You know, I started off on the Intellivision. For those of you guys that are a little bit on the older generation, you guys might remember the Intellivision, and then I moved into the ColecoVision. Ooh, and the Atom that came very soon afterwards. Oh. And then when I was about 8 years old or so, my grandmother ended up buying me a Commodore 64. And that really opened up my world to what computers were, what computers could do. By the time that I was 10 years old, I had taken my Commodore 64 apart and rebuilt it and made it better. And that was sort of what started off my love affair with computers and everything about them. That's why I ended up getting to the computer repair field and stuff. You know, I even taught people how to do repair work on computers and got them A+ certified. So, you know, just really enjoyed the relationship with computers. Nowadays, I can't really do it that much. Not as much as I used to. In fact, yesterday, we ended up having some luck, and I was able to get a little bit of extra RAM because my RAM in this computer was woefully short. And I could definitely tell it when I was trying to do anything, the slowdowns and lags that I was having with this computer. It was really, it was getting really ugly. So we installed 32 gigs of RAM in the system, and that has helped dramatically, but I couldn't really do it myself. Basically, Jolene was the one that needed to do it. And she was pretty nervous about it. You know, I was trying to walk her through it as best as I can. She was pretty nervous about it. She's like, I don't want to murder your system here. Please do this for me. And I'm like, please do this for me. I can't see it. You know, I mean, I was trying, but I couldn't get my vision to accommodate well enough to be able to do it myself. So it's definitely something that I miss. You know, I always loved working on computer systems and just, you know, figuring out how they tick, how they work, and try to make it tweaked in the best way that I could to, you know, make it the best it could be within whatever constraints were there, you know. So like either monetarily or, you know, sometimes people would have like older systems that they didn't want to necessarily get rid of, but they wanted to upgrade. Well, what can I do to tweak that in such a way that it's still usable for grandma to get on and do her email or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? So, yeah. just a lot of fun. You know, there's so many different components to it all. There's so many different ways that you can change just one little thing within a computer system and just see it improve in dramatic ways. It's really, I don't know, it's really cool to me. I'm a geek. What can I say? I love that kind of stuff. But I had fun teaching people how to do it too. You know, one of the big passion points for me is to be a teacher in some kind of way. And for those of you guys that have been with me for any really length of time, you guys probably have that already as an understanding of how I tick. You know, I love to teach people. I love to make people's minds think and to, you know, expand their minds in any way that I can. So for me, being that teacher was really, really cool. You know, it was a great experience. I loved doing it. But unfortunately, that company ended up shutting down, and I couldn't be with them anymore. Very sad. Very sad in some ways. So what about you guys? What job would you say has been your favorite job? Like, if maybe there were things about it that weren't great, right? But like, what would you consider to be the job that's your go-to favorite job that you've ever had? I'm really curious. I had one. I would say my favorite job overall was working at an answering service. This was years ago when that was like definitely more of a thing that was needed. Nowadays, not so much. But we were a call center for different companies, doctors, that kind of stuff. People would call in after the companies closed down for the night or the weekend or whatever the case may be, and they would leave their messages with us. We'd get a hold of whoever, you know, needed to be, and all of that kind of good stuff. So kind of just, you know, a call service basically. But I had a lot of fun doing it. I was actually the overnight person there, and it was a lot of fun to do it. Not only because it was night and I could kind of just do my thing while the calls were waiting to come in. You know, obviously when you're working late at night at a call center, you're not necessarily going to get a lot of calls, right? It just kind of depends on what's happening. You know what I mean? But it was a fun place to work just because of the interactions that I could have with the people that were calling in. It was very interesting, very intriguing. But one of my favorite experiences with it was one of the people that had hired us ran a mortuary. He ran a funeral home, and so he was the town got hit by a pretty major thunderstorm, and the whole city ended up losing power. And our location, we still had power because we had a really elaborate backup power system, because we were also like responsible for alarm companies and that kind of thing. We needed to make sure that the power was on for as long as it could be. So we were kind of like the only location in town really that had power. I was looking out the windows, seeing all of the city being in darkness and just like these little small pinpoints of light here and there. And it's, you know, it's a big city. The city that we're in is the second largest in this state. So there's a lot of people that are here, right? So anyways, this guy who ran this mortuary ended up calling in and saying, "Hey, Ira, I'm glad that you're there." I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, I'm always here, right?" And so he said, "Listen, would it be okay if, like, I just hung out on the phone here with you for a little while?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. I mean, that's no problem, right? I don't have a problem with it. I'm just sitting here anyways." And he goes, "Okay, good. Because I'm down here with two bodies that I was in the middle of embalming, and I don't normally have this issue, but right now it's kind of scaring the hell out of me to have them down here with no lights on. It's a little freaky for me. So if it's okay, I'm just going to hang out on the phone here for a little while with you, so we had like this really interesting conversation. I mean, he was a really great guy. I loved him whenever he would call in, so he had always gotten to know all of us that worked there pretty well, because he had to call in with us all the time, but it was hilarious. And so, I mean, it was things like that, you never knew what each day was going to bring. It, even though I was sitting there in the same spot every day, I never knew exactly what was going to be coming in that day, because everything was just completely random, so so Iron Save, you went from an Atari to a Commodore 64. Commodore 64s, man, I'll tell you, for their time, they were freaking awesome. They really were. They kicked butt, they put them together awesomely, to say the least. Field service on electromechanical equipment. See, that would be really interesting, I think. So, like with that kind of thing, are you meaning like industrial equipment for like HVAC systems and that kind of thing, or what kind of electro systems are you meaning? Unfortunately, I just unplugged my headphones here, so give me just a moment. But one of my friends worked for what I would consider to be a very interesting job too. He was doing like on the road service for big trucks. So he would go out and do like changing, if somebody blew a tire, a semi blew a couple of tires or something like that, he'd have to go out and do the repair work and that kind of thing. So kind of an interesting job too. You never know, again, what you're going to end up encountering with that kind of a situation either. So, okay, so I'm going to go over here and I'm going to script some of these goodies that I have picked up. I had to dump them in my box so I could get over here. But let me go ahead and grab them back out of my box here real quick. Give me 1 second. You know what? Maybe I'll keep them around. Okay, that's cool. I used to work for a company that, well, I did IT work for them. I didn't work at like as one of the people on the floor or anything like that, but I did the IT work for this company that was, I don't know if you've ever heard of it. If you've done that kind of work, then you might be aware of them. It's called FlashFold. And they are one of the biggest cardboard manufacturers around. And so they make like specialized cardboard boxes and storage facilities and that kind of thing. So the IT work that I did for them, it was back during the Y2K era. Actually, I had to update them to Y2K, and then was their IT person after that for a long time. Definitely enjoyed doing it. I don't know where this other one is. Maybe back here? Yeah, they're back here. There we go. There we go. Now we got them. Anyways, that company was kind of interesting to work for too. I got really screwed with them though. They hired me on as their IT person to upgrade them to the Y2K standards. Back when the world was doomed. And so I had to do it with not only their computer systems, but I had to do it with all of their facility systems as well. So that was pretty interesting for me to do, because it was like equipment that I wasn't experienced with. So I had to learn all about it. They sent me to a couple of different places around the world around the country, sorry, to learn how these particular systems operate. And then I had to try to tweak things in such a way that they would still function, but also be able to be Y2K compliant, so they would still function after the turn of the year, or after the turn of the millennia, sorry. And so that was really interesting. But what kind of sucked was that while I did good work for them, they basically used me until I was able to get things upgraded, kept me around for about 6 months after that, and then said, nah, we don't need you anymore, and just kind of let me go. So it was kind of one of those situations where I was a little on the younger side back then, so I didn't really know how to handle having a company or a corporation do that kind of a thing. It kind of wore me out, you know. I'm gonna just repair that and then drop it because I don't actually need it, but I got the repair thing for the challenge done. All right, let me move over here. Right, exactly, and that's the kind of thing that I really love to do. You know, that's one thing that really fascinates me about technology is just, you know, what can I do to tweak it to make it so that it's going to be that much better in the end. That was one of the reasons why I took apart my Commodore 64 when I was 8 years old and put it back together again. And then when I put it back together, I don't know if you remember or not, but Commodore 64s, they had a really nice setup as far as sound was concerned. They had let me see if I remember correctly. It was like actually one of the first systems that had an 8-bit chip on it for doing sound and music and that kind of thing. And there wasn't really anything out before then that had that much capacity for doing sound effects and music and all of that kind of stuff. So, there's another treasure hunter over in this direction. So what I ended up doing when I put it back together, actually, I put a different, a secondary controller into it. So I actually doubled its output of its sound factors. So that was really cool. And I had a lot of fun doing that one. But okay, so that's a crap item, Exterminator's leg. That's really, oof, that is bad. There's, again, my RNG angel being terrible for me. I need to fire her. I really do. I need to fire her and find somebody else. Does anybody else have an RNG angel that maybe they can loan me that will give me a little bit better luck when it comes to these item drops? Because, my God, this one has been terrible. So I'm kind of working on killing these ghouls off that are here because that's one of the challenges for the week, or for the day as well. So that's kind of what I'm tooling around here doing real quick. I think I've got 2 more to go, maybe somewhere around in there. Wow, 2. Yes. Wow. Okay. Yeah, one of the first MIDI controllers. Yep. It was a lot of fun, you know, and it's really what opened up the love for me to work on electronics. I don't do it really anymore because unfortunately my eyes just won't let me, and Jolene won't let me because it's a little too dangerous. So, you know, kind of just one of those things I have to deal with. But one of my kiddos is wanting to get into doing electronic stuff too. And I'm trying to encourage that because it's definitely it's a really fun thing to do. You know, once you can get it figured out and do it safely, that's kind of the point. You want to do it safely, but don't be a me. Okay, so one of the other jobs that I did over the years was I worked for a cable company and did not only cable but phone installations and internet installations and that kind of thing. And there we go, got that challenge complete. And so one of the bad things that I did was I realized, and I knew it before, but you know, being young, dumb, and full of stupidity and not thinking straight and being tired and at work and, you know, all that kind of stuff, right? One makes mistakes. So I had to I had to set up a new system in somebody's house, and they needed to do phone lines. So I discovered that, again, experience discovered that electricity goes through phone cables by basically trying to take the sheath of plastic wrap off of the cable with my teeth. Don't do that at home, kids. Not a good idea. The jolt went right into my head, and it was very much a wake up call. It was fun. It was fun. Yeah, safety really is everything. There was one time when I was younger. I ended up saving one of my friend's lives. He was messing around with an electrical box. He was trying to do some repair work on it, and he he accidentally, like, he was using a screwdriver on it, and he accidentally pushed the screwdriver onto the circuit board, or onto the electrical board in a bad way. He ended up tagging one of the hot lines and ended up starting to jolt. And I heard it happen, and I ran up into where he was, and I had to basically drop kick him to get because he wasn't able to release it. He was locked into place, you know. And so I drop kicked him to get him to break loose from it. And like that moment worth of just, you know, me touching it while I was drop kicking him, it was enough for me to have a big wake up call to what electricity can do. That's for sure. So that'd be another good question for the day is what's the dumbest thing that you've ever done when it comes to electricity? For anybody out there, you know, what would you say is the dumbest thing that you've ever done when it comes to electrical stuff? That would be probably my biggest is sticking a phone cord into my mouth and not using protection, just kind of like pulling the sheath off with my teeth, and yeah, and the other end was plugged in. Yeah, that was my dumb moment of that day, that's for sure. I'm over here where the mole miners spawn, but I'm not hearing any of the treasure hunters. It doesn't look like any of them are over here, maybe. So, thought it might be worth a shot. I needed to get rid of the goodies over there anyways, so. Okay, so let me take a look. What other challenges do we need to complete yet today? We've got to do some level up. We've got to do the photo mode in our own camp 3 times, and then visit another player's shelter. We've got everything else done for that part of things. For the weekly, we still need another 7 events. Am I seeing that right? Yeah, 7 events, and then 3 more repair works to do. Okay. Well, let me take a look and see what the daily op is today. I haven't even looked yet. I told you guys I would. Okay, it's a decryption. I hate the decryption ones. It's with Scorched, and they have a slowdown on attack. I may do that one. I'm not sure. I may. But, okay, let me go ahead and activate this camp over here, and I'm going to head to that one. I'm going to go take over that workshop facility that's right there, and that way I can get the event complete. Yeah, I mean, seriously, electricity is no freaking joke. It really isn't. And unfortunately, like, a lot of people get very dumbassed with it. They really do. It's kind of scary. it's kind of scary. I've seen some pretty bad things happen over the years with it too. There was I don't feel bad about talking smack about my ex in regards to this, because this was like something really, really stupid that ended up happening when my son Seth was very young. My ex was sitting on the couch holding my other kiddo, and did that one complete? No, it didn't. And I was in the bathroom, and I heard a sound, and like I recognized what the sound was. Like as soon as I started hearing it, I was able to kind of catch what was occurring, and I gave it a few seconds because I was expecting my ex to like get up and go take care of the situation, right? But then I kept hearing the sound over and over, and when I noticed that it wasn't stopping, I jumped up, ran out of the bathroom, and I reached around the wall and I grabbed Seth's hand and I yoinked him away from what he was doing. And I was pretty upset because what he was doing was trying to unplug and plug in my stereo system that was sitting in the living room. And it was sitting right by the television set that we had at that time. And she was sitting there just looking at him, like as he's plugging and unplugging this thing into the electrical socket with his fingers very close to the edge of where the prongs are. I was pissed because here I was in the bathroom and I knew what he was doing, but she was sitting there just looking, and didn't, when I confronted her about it, she's like, I didn't know what he was doing. Well, get your ass up and look, I mean, that's holy crap, I knew what he was doing and I was in the bathroom, this make some sense here. So I'm glad that he was safe with it. He's lucky, and I'm lucky that he was safe with it. But I don't know, people they get dumb when it comes to electrical things. They think, oh, well, it's no big deal, No, it's a very big deal. It really is. You get enough of a jolt in the right kind of way, and you're in heart attack city, if nothing else. It'll take you down real quick. Since the Brotherhood of Steel event is over, I'm going to put my Space Explorer backpack flare back on there so that I can have my little kitty around me again. I love that. I love that when it looks really cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't like talking horribly about like exes and that kind of thing. It is what it is, right? But it wasn't long after that she ended up just walking out the door. She wasn't. I guess let me put it to you this way: there are when a woman has a baby, a lot of times they'll go through the postpartum depression, right? But sometimes when they go through that, something inside of them changes and they don't quite come back as what they used to be, right? The personality changes in some kind of ways, and it just, it's hard for them to come back to the way that they were before, right? I noticed that happened after Seth was born, and then after the other one was born, it happened even more. Like it was much more pronounced, much more dramatic. And so basically she made the choice to just kind of walk out in the middle of the night after I came home from work. leaving me with the kids. And I was okay with that, you know, because I knew that she wasn't really prepped, wasn't really, I don't want to necessarily say incapable, but, willingness, you know, that kind of thing just wasn't there. Like the willpower for it wasn't there, you know? So, and that happens, you know, no, I don't downer or anything like that with regards to it, because again, you know, it's sometimes it's a psychological issue that ends up occurring, you know, it just is it happens. But at least she made the choice to take herself out of the equation with it, you know, instead of, you know, staying there and causing harm, I guess is the best way I can put it, you know. But again, back to the point, the hardship is, like, you know, when it comes to these things that we have technology wise, you know, sometimes it's like, it's hard to remember, I guess, that it is a very dangerous thing. And that one has to be super cautious when it comes to dealing with anything regarding it. Especially things like electricity and like natural gas and all that kind of good stuff, you know, it's like, it's very dangerous to screw around with it, you know. But some people just, they get a kick out of doing it, you know. They get a kick out of actually, I don't know, screwing around with it, I guess, without really knowing the dangers that are involved with it. I'm working through the defend mission here real quick so I can get the event completion and get that part of the stuff of the weeklies done. So, see where anybody else is spawning. Okay, they're coming from over that direction, I guess. Bad puppies. No biscuit. Bad doggy. There's a lot of them after me this time. No, she's not in the kids' lives at all. She hasn't been since she walked out, actually, and I prefer it that way. So she's like, she hasn't even seen either of them basically since they were like 6 months old, you know. I mean, very, very young. Neither of them remember her at all. So, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I don't wish her any ill or any bad. So, okay, let me see if I have anything that I need to scrap here real quick. A little bit. Not too much. What's my weight doing right now? 278 out of 306. Okay, so we've got a little bit of room that we can use to collect some more goodies. So, I know I just put down this facility that's right here, but I am going to real quick go ahead and switch worlds to a public world, so that I can get the other little event thing completed there, and then I can also kind of go around and see what other treasure hunters I can find with them respawning. So as far as any kind of like getting better or getting help or anything like that goes with her, I don't know. I haven't really talked to her at all, so I'm not really aware of things that are going on in her life. I hope so. I do. I hope so. But I don't know. So this will give me the chance to get the other event thing completed where I need to go to somebody else's camp, or was it visit their shelter? Maybe it was visit their shelter. Either way, we can do that. Oh, OSHA certification. See, I've never had to go through an OSHA certification that I can remember. Maybe I have, but not that I can remember. But I have had to go through other kind of certifications, and some of the things that they put you through are pretty damn crazy, to say the least. So what happens with an OSHA certification? I'm very curious about that. Yeah, I have to visit their actual shelter. Let me see then. Is anybody around that has one available? Okay, it shows he's got a shelter. We'll head over that. Well, if my fast travel will work, we'll head over that direction. Oh, come on. Has anybody else encountered this fast travel bug? This is crazy. Like, it's been happening like since the locked and loaded patch more than anything. It's like I go to hit the fast travel and it just no, not gonna do anything at all. Yeah, you know, I gotta praise Jolene for the way that she has been with these kids. She is beyond doubt the best thing that's ever happened in me and these kids' lives. I mean, without doubt, 100%, no regrets, no anything. She has been everything to these kids. And the amazing thing about it is that, you know, she's a step. She's not their biological parent, right? But she is 100% their mom and always has been from day one walking into the situation. She's like, nope, these kids are mine. Nobody can ever take them away from me. You know, she's very giving, you know, very giving. And I could not have asked for any better. I really couldn't. And, you know, it's like as a parent, one of the things that we're supposed to do is to make sure that the people that we have in our kids' lives are actually, you know, worthwhile, right? Because yeah, you might have friends in your life, you might have, you know, family in your life or whatever that are good, bad, or ugly, right? But you've got to also remember that they're not just affecting you, they're affecting your kids too. I'm trying to find this guy's shelter. So pardon me as I'm trying to like just kind of wander around aimlessly around here. I'm trying to figure out where he's got his shelter so that I can get this dang thing complete. But anyways, so like I see people, you know, in relationships with other people that are just terrible. You know what I mean? They're terrible relationships. They shouldn't be involved in them, and so on and so forth. And yet their kids are just as involved with the relationship. You know what I mean? Their kids are just as involved with it because who you have in your life is also in your kid's life. So, and I don't think that parents are like thoughtful enough a lot of times to have that in their heads, you know? And that kind of drives me nuts. It does. It's kind of one of my pet peeves, is that, you know, you have to make sure that your kids are safe, that they're sound, and they're not being like affected by somebody horrible just because you feel the need that you have to date this person because you don't want to feel alone or whatever the case may be, right? I mean, any of 1,000 different things can come to the mind with it. But yeah, to me, it's one of those things where you have to be very aware that what you do affects your kids. So with my situation, Jolene has been a godsend. Like literally, she has been something that is like, how can I put this? I could not have asked for any better. If I had tried, I could not have found somebody better to have as a mom for these kids. And she did it all willingly, open-heartedly, and without any regrets at all. Like from day one, no regrets at all. And as a parent, you're supposed to love your kids, right? You're supposed to love your kids. You're supposed to raise your kids, right? You're supposed to, you know, on and on and on, right? But when you are choosing to be that special someone to a kid, Not that you're there because you're genetically tied to them, but because you're there because you just simply love them. That, my friends, is an amazing heart. That, my friends, is an amazing person. And so, I can't praise Jolene enough for the person that she is and the person that she has been for our kids. You know? So,
when there were more.
Okay, I'll quit waxing waddling on you guys and move on. I'm trying to find the guy's shelter here, because we just need to enter into somebody else's shelter to be able to get the extra points, right? And I don't know. I'm not seeing where this guy's is either. Like, I always put mine so that they're very like obvious, you know, just so that people have an easy time to figure out what they're doing with them. But
how about you stop wasting my time?
How about you point me to where I need to go to find the shelter here, Mr. Robot? That would be nice.
Space forever. Just why?
I could save time if I just steal supplies instead.
It really does affect them, you know. And you know, that counts for friends and stuff too. I mean, that's something that's important to bear in mind. It's not just about like the relationships that you get in, like, you know, dating or whatever the case may be, marriage, whatever the case may be, but it's also about like the friends that you have in your life too. You know, if you've got somebody that's in your life as a friend who is, you know, a horrible personality or vengeful or I don't know, just kind of like sarcastic, nasty, whatever the kind of, and I don't mean like sarcastic, like that sarcasm is bad, but I mean like the nasty kind of, you know, biting sarcasm kind of a thing, right? Your kids are going to get exposed to that kind of stuff too. You know, they're going to hear whatever it is, you know, if your friend is joking around or whatever, you know, and he's like getting kind of wicked nasty with you or people that are around you. I mean, they're going to hear that stuff too, you know? They're going to get affected by that kind of stuff too. Where is this guy's shelter? Seriously, where? Why don't people make things easy for people to find, man? I tell you, it's okay. Well, moving on. I'll try to find somebody else's.
I think there's a free spot.
I'll have to try to look around some more. Don't make me jump on somebody else's world just so that I can find this darn shelter thing. All right. Well, there's one that apparently has a shelter. We'll go check it out. All right, Iron. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I hope you're safe and sound. And I will be back on again later on this evening as well, just with a little bit of conversation instead of doing a game. So if you want to join in with me there too, I mean, I'm not sure when it'll be. It'll probably be after midnight Eastern. But you know, keep an eye on things, I guess. Anyways, be safe. Thank you. Love you, brother. Have fun. Am I heading the right direction? No, I was going the wrong way. The guy's camp's over here. Yes, there you go. The big glowing stuff. That's what you need to look for, Ira. That's what you need to look for. Okay. So, he's got an easy to find shelter. Boom. We're in it and we're done. Jeez. Gonna grab a drink here real quick. Okay, let me see what challenges I need to do yet. So I've got the leveling up. I need to use photo mode in my own camp. I can definitely do that, no problem. And between those two, that'll definitely give me the gold star daily completion thing. The weekly, I think I've got 6 more events that I need to complete and 1 more level up. So leveling up wise, how close am I? I'm pretty darn close, so I should be able to get there with no problem tonight. Yeah, I guess while we're here, let's go ahead and head over here to the Pleasant Valley and see if any of the treasure hunters are around there. Hey Jiggly, welcome to the show. I hope you're having a really good day. I am using right now a kind of your standard commando build. Give me 1 second to get back out of the load screen here and I'll show it to you. I am also using a fixer that is anti-armor, faster fire rate, faster reload. And my backup weapon right now is a fixer that is a vampire with faster fire rate on it as well. So not too bad. They do pretty well. I do have bloodied fixers and I am running around in bloodied mode. However, I do tend to get, I think, a little bit more damage capacity or capability out of the AA. It just feels a little bit better to me. But yeah, that's my kind of standard go-to that I use right now. So yeah, now that I'm out of the load screen, let me show you here is the current build. Normally I do have gunsmith under intelligence, but one of the things this week is to do repair of weapons and armor and all that kind of stuff. So I kind of just took it out of the rotation so that I can get some damage to my weapons done. But it's not like min-maxed by any means, but it suits the purpose and it has kind of those quality of life perks that I look for in a decent build. So hi, Anita. Welcome. I hope that you're having a really good day and welcome aboard. I hope you're having fun. For those of you guys just joining, welcome. My name is Ira and I am a blind guy. I do have severe vision issues. So if I do things a little bit wonky or if I look like I'm looking kind of weird or anything along those lines, it's probably because I'm squinting my butt off trying to see what I'm doing here. I have things set up in such a way that I'm facilitating my gameplay a little bit, but still I have a little bit of a rough time with things. Right now, we're running around in Fallout 76, just having a little bit of conversation with everybody about whatever topic comes to their mind or whatever they have going on. Yes, somebody was here already taking out the legendary mole miners. I'm on a public world at the moment. I'm going to be switching to a private world here soon just so that I can do some more work, but right now I'm also in bloodied mode. I do tend, when I'm not going through the seasons, to run in in Vanguard full health mode, only because like I prefer that build most of the time. But I'm running around in unyielding right now just because of the XP bonus that comes with having the bloodied mode and unyielding armor on and getting that little bit of extra rank points rolling, you know. So probably not going to be many mole miners around in here. I saw that the one was killed off, so there might not be any others, but I'm going to check around here anyways just in case. Oh, nope, there is one. I hear one. We'll track him down. He's probably on that second floor in this building right here. This is, oh, he was on the first floor. Shocking. This is kind of one of the go-to spots that you can use to find some of the mole miners. This Pleasant Valley area, you'll usually run across at least a couple when this event is going on. So for those of you guys that are trying to track some of them down yourselves, let me go ahead and grab his goodies here. Medics, short pump action shotgun. Ugh. Okay, well, somebody might be able to make use of it. I'll keep it around just in case anybody wants to use it, but I don't do medics. I've got a vampire that works out well for me, so I don't really do medics. I need to do some testing though, since they've done the changes to the vampires equation with the locked and loaded patch. I've kind of wondered if medics would actually be better off overall, but I haven't had a chance to really play around with it too much. We'll check over here and see if any are over here. It doesn't sound like it. Nope. Okay. Yeah, I don't use the bloodied mess. Let me show you the reason why. Oh, wrong button there. Okay. So what I'm using right now with this setup is Ricochet, Serendipity, Class Freak, of course, and the Starch Genes, and then the Critical Savvy. I'm also doing one shot of better criticals. So this build is very crit centric, I get crits very frequently. As you can see, I get them if they hit every couple of shots, right? So for me, overall, and I've done some testing for myself using the particular weapon setups that I've got going on, but for me overall, if I do things with this setup as opposed to the Bloodied Mess setup, I tend to get a little bit more damage, because if I was to take anything out of the equation like Serendipity, that's a survival perk for me, as well as the Ricochet is a survival perk for me as well, because so the Ricochet is there just in case crap goes on and the vampires needs to be put on. You see what I mean? Because if you do the Ricochet, the bullet that comes off of you counts as a vampire shot. So you get that little bit of vampire healing going on. So for me, having that like extra little bit of security and not having to worry about like going through and switching my perks out all the time is better for me than a little bit of extra damage like 10%. Because if I'm using the exact same amount of bullets to kill something as I would with having that extra 10% of damage, then I'd rather just have the extra perk that's around that would be better quality of life, if that makes sense. Or 15% or whatever. Because, you know, you could like, I'm getting some VATS lag here. Like if I hit something and I'm doing the damage and it takes 2 bullets to kill them, and with 15% extra damage, it's going to take 2 bullets to kill them too, then what's the point of using the bloodied mess? I hope that makes sense. I know I'm kind of saying all that really badly, but I'm also a little distracted by the game at the moment too. So. I do also run pretty much in VATS constantly because of my vision issues. It does help to facilitate my gameplay a little bit. My aim is terribad because I literally can't see where they're at most of the time. So the VATS helps out to get that going. Yeah, I mean, Bloodied Mess works for some builds, especially ones that aren't like real crit heavy. But with a crit heavy build, it's almost like, you know, if you can do things to focus more on the crit damage as opposed to the Bloodied Mess damage, you're going to get maybe a little bit more out of it. Not necessarily like that much more. But you know, when I'm killing these things in 2 shots, I mean, min-maxing's kind of useless, you know. So it was more of a difference. Oops, I'm sorry, my mouse decided to go all wonky there. It did make a bit of a difference when I was doing a different build style. So I was using like other weapons other than these fixers that are really nice. But since I've gotten a hold of them and they do as much damage as they do, I haven't really had a need for it, I guess I could say. Right. You get the extra damage out of it too. Yeah, it's very helpful. It's kind of like, it's a win-win for me just because of the fact that I kind of need it for being able to play a little bit better. But that's one of the reasons why I don't do like PvP games and that kind of thing, because you're not going to find like VATS mode, for instance, in Valorant or something like that. You know what I mean? So even though I might be interested in something like that, I don't do PvP games because I'm basically targets for them. You know, I'm basically useless when it comes to it. I'm just there for their XP gain and not really my fun. So hopefully that doesn't throw people off too much, but it's just, you know, it is what it is for me. Now see that right there, that situation, I don't know if you noticed that or not, I kind of did that pretty quickly. That right there would have been where Bloodied Mess would have come in handy, because it would have killed him. He got down to like just that little sliver of health, and had I had the Bloodied Mess on, it might have been enough to like kill him off in those 2 shots as opposed to the 3. But you know, ammo's kind of cheap when it comes to 45s and that kind of thing. I can build it pretty quickly. So whether or not I use 1 extra bullet or 1 less bullet, it's kind of all the same for me. I don't worry about that part of it too much. I do once in a while kind of jump back and forth out of like doing power armor and that kind of thing too. So not having to switch my perks around is also kind of nice. Oh, cool. Okay, well we got the we got the rank up for the leveling up. Thankfully. Got that done. That'll work. So what have I hit now? Is that 35? 36. Okay, so we've actually gained 3 ranks today so far. That's pretty cool. That works. So I hope everybody out there is having a good day. What y'all been up to? I'm always curious about what people's lives are like and what they're going through, and we've had a pretty good day here overall. We did BLTs for dinner, and I feel a little stuffed still. So we've been kind of talking about electronics and how electricity is a little bit more dangerous than people really give it credit for sometimes. I made quite a few mistakes as a younger lad when it came to electricity. So one of our listeners that was in here a little while ago ended up he's works with electricity. He's electrical engineering kind of a thing, and got us started on that topic. So I was asking like what's the kind of the dumbest thing that anybody has ever done with electricity, and mine would be I tried to I was working on a phone line, and I ended up taking the sheath off of the electrical cable so that I could patch it with my teeth while it was still plugged in, and that was probably my dumbest moment when it came to electricity. I had a pretty horrible experience though when I was younger. My family and I went camping all the time. My parents owned a camping lot basically on a lake that was a few hours north of where we're at currently, and there was a section of the lake that had an island in the middle of it, and so there was a big channel that ran around this island, and one day I was floating through that channel, and I had my little floaty. It was one of those inflatable raft kind of a things, made out of rubber, and I was floating along on this nice little channel, and I'd kind of once in a while reach my hand down into the water to push myself along, or to kind of get myself away from the shore a little bit, that kind of thing, paddling. And at one point in time I put my hand into the water and I got completely jolted. Like, holy crap, it was like I was tased, you know. Oh, you're lucky, Jiggly. You're very lucky. Lead, acid, and steel. Those are fun ones to grind for, I tell you. How have you been grinding the lead, just out of curiosity? I have a couple of ways that I get lead pretty quickly without having to grind too hard for it. Anyways, so I put my hands down and I got shocked. I got a jolt. And now bear in mind, I'm like 10 years old, freaking out, not knowing exactly what was going on. But every time I put my hand down, man, I was getting more and more shocked. And so I started kind of hollering, because here I am trapped and not being able to put my hand in the water to get away from anything or anything like that. And I didn't know what was going on, freaking myself out. And yeah, come to figure out, by the time that I finally got myself to shore, come to find out somebody had basically taken their electrical, like a really long outdoor extension cable, and had left it down along the water line, and either through his mistake or whatever the case may be, ended up that cable went into the water. Anti-armor shish kebab, nice. That's not too bad at all. And so it was actually electrifying the water everywhere around it. So what kind of freaks me out about the situation and about the memory of it is the knowledge that had I done the smallest thing wrong and kind of like twisted wrong or something like that and fell into the water, I would have been electrocuted and nobody would have been able to help me. I would have been in the water, underwater, being electrocuted the whole time that I'm in the water, you know. It was kind of freaky, you know, kind of a freaky thought. So, yeah, well, I mean, I was like 10 years old. I didn't know anything about anything along those lines, and I don't know if my parents ever like looked into doing anything with it or not. But yeah, it was a very freaky situation for me, to say the least. That's probably one of the worst experiences I've had as far as electricity goes. Right, Lucky Hole Mines, that one's a really good one. Doing the lead stuff, the dumbbells, that's a really good one too. Also, if you go over here to the, I'll kind of go back over here. I was here just a bit ago, but if you go over here to the Pleasant Valley Station, you can get lead pretty easily here too. Give me one moment while it loads, and I'll tell you what you can do here. Gonna grab a drink of water here real quick. Okay, there we go. Okay. Yes, from the cans, and there's a lot of spawn of them over here. So like there are, I don't know if anybody spawned over here yet or not. I don't think there are. Oh, yep, there is a couple. So there's 3 of them right here along this little ceiling area. Get it picked up. There you go. Thank you. And then if you come over this direction, there's another 3 usually, and unless you're on a public world and somebody's looted it, you know. There's also another 3 of them that are spawned right here, right? What did I get the experience for? Oh, getting XP. Okay. And also, if you come over this direction... okay. Jump over there, Ira. Thank you. Inside this little entry of this building right here, there's another 3 of them. So you can kind of pick up a lot of them right here within this little short range. Like you can see them right here. They're hanging up right in this zone. Pretty quick and easy to get a hold of these, right? But what you can do is every time that you spawn into a new world, whether that's a private world or a public world, if nobody has looted them on that server previous to you coming there, they're spawned. So you can get them pretty quickly, you know, just like by like re-logging into the worlds over and over again. And now I'm overweight, unfortunately. So let me see. I can use one of my scrap items thing. I've got so many of these dang things. They're just throwing them so much at me, and they're just taking up weight. Scrap hit. There you go. Yeah, confirm it. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, see, that's 7 weight right there. They've just been throwing it at me, and I never use the darn things. Anyway, so that's, you know, it's kind of like a quick and sleazy way to get a hold of some lead. And steel too, you know, you can get some steel out of it as well. But you can do it every time that you log into a fresh world, so it makes it kind of nice. All right, let me see. I need to still take the photo mode in my own camp. That's 1. That'll get the gold complete, and I need to do these events. I need still 6 more events of these to get done too. Okay, well, let me head over here to my camp, and I'll get this taken care of. Yeah, I mean, I never use them, you know, I really don't. So they've just kind of been accumulating there. I just kind of probably need to throw them into my stash box and be done with it, but just haven't bothered. I've got a bunch of like the repair kits too. I think we've got 90 of the basic and like 70 or 80 of the improved ones too, but I've been using them lately just to try to get rid of them. That's like each of them are taking up another like 7, 8, 9, 10 worth of weight as well. It's annoying. It really is. But they just keep throwing them. Like, I don't know why people pay for them. They just keep throwing them at you like constantly. I don't get it. I don't know. I wouldn't pay for them myself. Okay, let me see. I can go ahead and probably repair this up, right? Yeah. Yeah, I can do this one. Yeah, see, I got like 88 of those and 87 of these. And I've never bought a single one of them. This is just what they've thrown, constantly. and I've used probably a good, 15 of them over the past few days, just trying to get rid of them. Anyway, so I'm going to go over here and I'm going to take over this workshop so that I can get the event complete, and we'll move on from there. Come on, Leg. There you go. Okay, let's see. Is that all of them? Yep, just the one of them. Okay, that'll work. We'll do that. Use the repair kits. Yeah, I mean, I've been using them late just because, I have used up a lot of my resources. I do a lot of weapons tests on my channels and stuff, just to give people an idea of what different kind of weapons can do in case they want to find something similar. And in order to get those weapons to be usable, you got to mod them up. And so I've spent a lot of resources of late modifying the weapons or creating new ones, basically, to I'm not going to make it. Nope. Anyways, trying to create new ones, basically, to allow me to scrap them to learn the mods, because I hadn't learned all the mods for all of the weapons. So I'm going to take a nap here real quick and get the extra XP bonus.
It's so fabulous.
Okay. So I hope everybody out there is having a wonderful night. It's been a pretty decent day here. We've had a heck of a week. Last night I was going to get on and play for a little while, and then my internet decided to take a nosedive. So I'm glad to be back online and doing things again today. We live in a rural area, so kind of when a cow farts in the wind the wrong way, we end up losing internet, we end up losing power. It's kind of crazy, but thankfully everything has been holding steady today, and I've been able to get on and do some things with you guys, because why? That's where the fun is, right? Getting on and having a little bit of fun. So I'm just going to wait for the defend mission to pop up so that I can do the event and get that part of it completed, and then we can move on from here. I might, let me see. What else is taken up here? Looks like actually all the workshops here are free, so I can probably just run around and take over a couple of them as well. Well, let me go ahead and do that, I guess. I can run over here to Poseidon, and I can claim that one. And I'll just kind of do them in a little circle here, get the defend missions going, and go from there. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, so you're kind of lucky with your positioning then. It's unfortunately where we live, we're kind of right on the outskirts of where this broadband company that we use is available. And if we're kind of I don't know, maybe if we were 5 miles more down the road from where we are, we wouldn't end up having it available, and we'd have to use something like satellite. So it's rough because we don't get the best that's available.
Repeat, this is a level
But
2 nuclear
that's okay.
alert. Poseidon Energy Plant WV-06 has suffered a critical failure.
Ah, we got a mole miner over here somewhere.
Please remain indoors and await further instructions.
Oh shoot, server not responding. Come on, I got a mole miner right here. Give me. I want your goodie. Wherever you are. Oh, you're in a weird spot there. Okay. All right, give me your goodies. Aristocrats Death Tambo. All right. So the Aristocrats thing, it's interesting. I haven't found a decent one yet to be able to make use of, so I don't know how well those work quite yet. But I am curious about it. So where are... is it going to make me take over the ones that are way up there on top? Maybe. Alright, give me 1 second. Let me take this off. I'm going to deactivate that particular one. Because that one is super annoying. There. Okay. There we go. Now I can see. Now I can see a little bit better. There we go. Alright. So I'll take this over. We'll get the defend mission for this one going. We used to use Frontier where we're at too. They were not too shabby, but definitely more reliable, I guess, than some of the other companies that we've used, just because of the fiber optic part of things. But I know some people use the DSL, and that's not quite as reliable. Yeah, I know it's been pretty popular. A lot of people have done like the cap collections over the years, and so definitely worth it, I guess, for some people. There we go. I can pop it down there. I think what I'll do too, while I'm here and just waiting around and stuff, I'm going to give a little boost for people if they want to come take over this workshop later.
Attention, citizens. Nuclear strike
They can come over
imminent.
here and get the goodies.
Please exit the area at your earliest convenience. Thank you for your cooperation.
There we go. Now somebody can go and get the little cores if they want. That should be on, right? Yeah, that's on. Okay, let me drop those in there. I will put that Aristocrats thing in the... Nope, not the shish kebab. There we go. And I'll put that over there too, just to get it out of my inventory. And then we'll go back over there to the lakeside and take care of that defend mission then. I usually end up having like a lot more caps than what I do. I'm prone to having like the caps maxed out because I have a lot of things on my vendors that I sell all the time, but I've been doing things more on private worlds of late, so I haven't had much opportunity to sell. Sounds like we got super mutants. The heck did you guys just blow up over here? Getting a little bit of VATS lag on that guy that's over there, I think, but we'll go over there and get him. There we go. Okay, so there's another 2 rounds. I was just trying to see how many rounds there were of these guys. The one unfortunate thing about having my camp being this close to the lakeside thing is that when the defend missions pop up, a lot of times they go over there and attack my camp. So I have to run after them over and over. Okay, I hear one. Where'd you go? Alright, he's probably down inside the building, isn't he? Nope. There you are. For some reason, VATS wasn't really kicking in on me for it. But there is one in here somewhere, I think. I hear him anyway. Unless that's lag. Yeah, that might be lag, actually. Alright, well, where are you? Where you at here, dudes?
Gonna find you soon, human.
Well, I'm gonna find you soon too, Super Mutant. There. Okay, where are you at? Okay, there we go. There's the nuke going off over there. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't mind picking up like an aristocrat's fixer, maybe, just to give it a try and see how it works. Because I think aristocrats, you know, honestly, again, I like to do full health builds when I'm not doing the season stuff, and I think that aristocrats would probably be a really good way to do a full health build overall, just for the fact that, you know, well, if you've got the caps, you're going to do that extra bit of damage. There are no super mutants down there. That was like a frog or something. Anyways, you'll get that nice damage without having to really sacrifice anything else if you've got the caps for it. So I think it'd be pretty good. That's one of the reasons why I'd like to at least test it out a little bit and see how it does. Probably what I can do, I've got a couple of, I've got like one of basically every fixer laying around, and so probably what I'm going to end up doing is just kind of taking the ones that I'm never going to make use of, like suppressors or something like that, and like re-rolling the legendary on it and see if I can get an aristocrat out of it, just to have the aristocrat's fixer then, you know. Okay, where are you guys? Come on. This is ridiculous. It's like the one reason why I like to do like the super mutants and hounds and that kind of thing is that they usually like come straight at you, but these guys are being a pain in the butt. They're making me track them down. It's either that or it's a lag thing, you know, and they're just not actually spawned yet. In fact, that might be what it is. I don't know, because they're not vatsing up anywhere here, you know. Come on, super mutants. What the crap? Something's killing them. Like I'm noticing that the amount of them is going up, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm not seeing them. Right, like the secondary and tertiary effects, you mean? Wow, okay. I don't have a clue where these dang things are. Come on. This is ridiculous. Where are they? I mean, you guys have seen. I've run through everywhere it's possible to go where they would spawn. I think I'm just getting spawn lag or something with it. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Let me travel over to the Poseidon then, and take care of that one there, and then I'll come back to this one, and maybe then they'll have spawned. Okay. Well, we got ferals, I guess. Apparently they're trying to do a beat down on my building, but it's not working very well for them. I don't even know if that killed him. I don't think it did. There we go. We got 2 more? Couple more, yeah. Sometimes it's almost worthwhile when you're doing these defend events. It's almost worthwhile just to let them actually like spawn up and take the place over, quote unquote, because then you have to deal with a little bit less overall. Not always, but a lot of times it works out that way. Alright, one more over here. There we go. May as well grab the cores while I'm over here too. Any others? Yeah. That's the scorched over here, I think. Yeah. They're over here trying to deal with the scorched too, I guess. Okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah, now we got the retake one up. So that'll be a little bit easier now. Wow, you were spawned in a very weird way there. Okay, there we go.
This is a
Oh goodness, I don't want to hear that.
Repeat, this is a
I turned that one off for a reason, computer. I don't care about your nuclear event. That one is a royal pain in the butt to do. I don't care about it. That is one thing that I wish that they would do when you deactivate an event or something like that, like what I did, right? And then you complete another event in that location or whatever, suddenly it'll pop up with the whole thing again. You know, it'll like reactivate it. And that's really annoying. I turned it off for a reason. You know what I mean? So. Okay. Yeah, this is maybe a little bit easier now with the fact that they have spawned. Thank you for doing your job. There we go. Okay, so that's these 2 events done then. All right, so with that being done, how many do we need yet? 4? Just making sure. Yeah, 4. Okay, so let me head over here to Charleston, and I'll do the landfill there. Again, reasonably easy to do. They spawn pretty closely together. As opposed to some of the other workshop locations. Thank you, Iron. Have a great night. I hope you're safe over there, and hug the family for me. Thank you so much for being here. I deeply appreciate it. I am very well aware of everybody's sacrifice of time that they're giving to be here with me in this moment in time, and
Oh, I love you. Oh, I love you.
Just very grateful. All right, so let me run. Let's see, it's going to be that way, right? Yeah. Been a little while since I've run from this direction, but I think it's over here. Usually there's doggies here. Let's see if they're here today. Looks like it. Okay, and one more. Yeah, see, we're getting a little bit of lag. I killed him, but it didn't actually kick in for a good half second, 3/4 of a second there, so a little laggy. So on this one, I'm not going to waste the aluminum setting up the big facility. I'm just going to put down a couple of things so that the critters that do spawn try to like come into range. They'll have something to attack, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'll use a little bit of a Nuka-Cola to get my thirst factor back up again. Let's see. I can just throw down a couple of scrap boxes or something, I guess. Sure, that'll work. See, look at that lag. There we go. Thank you. Did that actually take? Yeah, it did. It's definitely a laggy server, that's for sure. But okay. So we'll hang here for a moment and see what happens. In the meantime, let me take a look and see what else we've got going on here. So I can do this camp thing here too. That'll get me the gold star thing completed. I definitely need to remember to do that the next time I swing through the camp. We got the 4 events. This one will make 3 left. And then the daily op, but today's daily op is pretty crap. I don't want to do it. When it comes to the daily ops, I've got basically everything from the daily ops that I would want to get. So I don't really too much worry about trying to get them complete. It's worth the score points, yes, but I will complete that event by Tuesday, by the time that the next one recycles. But I'm not really too worried about doing it at the moment. Let's see. Okay, there we go. There's the defend coming up. So right now we're cycling through an apocalypse, and I wonder if you could choose an apocalypse to live through, what would you choose? Like robot apocalypse, AI apocalypse, nuclear apocalypse, all the different kinds of apocalypses that could happen, right? All the different kinds of world-ending events that could happen. What would you choose if you could survive it? Server not responding. Okay, there we go. It's back up again. Sheesh, this server is really lagged. If you could choose one to survive in, what would you choose? What would be your ultimate version? It's kind of one of those questions, because a lot of things can happen, a lot of possibilities are there. We could go through all kinds of crap, like last year, what were we damn close to having a viral apocalypse happen, right? At least according to a lot of people. So, what else is there? So viral apocalypse, I guess, as long as it's not one where like you have to deal with vomiting and all that kind of stuff all the time. I think I could probably maybe deal with that. I don't know. Nuclear would be rough, because like in a nuclear apocalypse, you're gonna have to not only deal with like the possibility of like all the weird creations that would come around from it. Oh God, Liberators and Mole Rats are my most hated dang things in this game. I hate them. Anyways, but you'd not only have to deal with like the creatures that would be created and all that kind of stuff, but the radiation thing, and frankly, Geiger counters and gas masks aren't very fashionable, right? So I don't know, that'd be kind of terrible, I think. Anyways, so what else do we have? There's where are you, dude? I have no clue. Oh, okay, I see. I got them all. It was lagging. Okay, there we go. You know, one of my favorite movies is Day After Tomorrow, right? And in that one, it was kind of like a cold apocalypse. I don't think I'd like that one very much. I've got arthritis and fibromyalgia, and cold affects me in a big way. I don't do cold very much, so that one probably would not be very good for me either. I don't think I'd be very doable in that one. And you know, if it was, I have to always bear in mind, well, you know, I am blind, so whatever I'm going to have to go through, it's going to be rougher on me anyways, you know? So, yeah, fun. All right. Well, we got that one done. Let me see. I think I'm going to just go ahead and switch worlds here because this world is getting really super lagged out. So I'm just going to switch into a private one, and I can go ahead and take over the same location here as well, on the private one. So let's see. Yeah, cold I probably wouldn't do. A heat apocalypse. Now, you know, the global warming and all that kind of stuff. Well, I like it warm, but you know, if it kind of gets above 100 degrees, I wilt. So I don't know if I'd be able to handle that one. It kind of depends on where the temperatures go, and if it's a dry heat or not. That'd be the question. If it's a dry heat or not, because boy, a wet heat. I've experienced wet heat my whole life, and it is not the funnest of experiences for sure. We live in an area that is very damp in the summertime, very humid to say the least. So yeah, I don't know about that one either. Okay, so let me come over here and see what's over this direction. Probably going to be doggos again. Yep. There we go. I think a AI or a robot one would be rather interesting, depending on like what caused it. I guess if it was because like humanity was being like totally wicked and evil towards the robots, and they were out to like eliminate every single human. Well, I mean that'd be pretty rough. That'd be pretty rough. I guess it just all depends on the tech that's there, right? Let's see. An AI, I mean, you know, we're kind of creating AI that's gone a little bit crazy here and there. We had, what was it, just a couple of years ago, somebody had put out an AI on Twitter just to see, like, to test things out and all that kind of good stuff. And, you know, it kind of like devolved. At first, when it came out, you know, when they first put it out and started interacting with people, it was all like, you know, oh, I love humans. Humans are great. And I love you all, and this is great. I'm glad to be alive. I'm glad to be here, and all that kind of stuff. And within, what was it, 24 hours, it like devolved into like the Nazis were right and F me daddy and all. I mean, it was like, it was insane. You know, it really was. It was totally crazy.
Hallelujah! Holy shit!
So,
Where's the Tylenol?
I don't know, man. Humans can do some really weird creations, that's for sure. Okay, so let me see. I've got another couple ones that I need to do, so I'm just going to kind of like go over here and did not mean to put the marker down, and start the takeover of this one as well. We'll just kind of like cycle backwards a little bit here. I suppose if alien overlords came down and started an apocalypse, you know, I think the one reason why humans were created was so that we could protect ourselves by creating pizza, because pizza is the ultimate thing. And so if aliens ever did come around, all we got to do is be like, hey, you know, we've got this thing right here. Take a look at it. They would take one bite and say, oh, you know what? You guys are worth something. We're not going to destroy you after all. So they might take us over, but I don't think they would actually destroy us, just because pizza would help us to survive. So. Okay, let me go ahead and take this over here. So while you guys are here, if you guys don't mind, if you're over on Twitch, make sure you guys hit that follow button. I am trying to get to affiliate status, and I'm not too far away from it. I'm about halfway there, and if you find me entertaining enough and worthy enough, I would love it if you guys would hit that follow button. And yeah, it would be deeply appreciated. I am extremely grateful for any moment that you guys want to spend with me. I am very well aware of the sacrifice of time that is given to be here with me in this moment in time. So thank you for being here from the bottom of my heart. And if you're over on YouTube, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. I do simulcast to both locations at the same time. So, you know, depending on the platform that you guys wish to use, you know, come join me. It'd be great. I put out new things every day. I'm on here every day to be with you guys and spend these moments with you guys and hopefully be entertaining, make you think, make you wonder, make you try to figure out what this blind guy is doing and what this weirdo is talking about. But, you know, it's fun, right? It's fun. I think. Okay, I had to hydrate there a little bit. So what do you guys think of Fallout 76? Have you guys messed around with it very much, or the Fallout games in general? Personally, Fallout to me is one of those game series that I have gotten very addicted to over the years. I've been playing them basically since the get-go. I started playing the first one back when it was actually first released. I'm that old. Yes, I have the gray hairs to prove it. You know, I was around during that time, and it really had a big influence on me as far as like the things that I thought of and the things that I focused on. So, you know, as an author, because I am an author, I've published 14 books and dozens of short stories, and the story of Fallout really has like had a big impact on me and the writing that I do and all of that kind of stuff. I love to think about all the things that are possible. And it's kind of one of those that really makes you think, is it possible that this kind of a thing could occur, you know? Okay, so what do we have to defend against here? Mole rats. So my second hated thing. God, I hate mole rats too. The problem with liberators and mole rats is that like they don't come at you. I mean, you can spend like 10 minutes just sitting here waiting for them to decide to appear, or other times they do like right away, and it's appreciated when they do, right? But most of the time they're just so damn annoying. The AI on them is just so annoying. I hate dealing with them, and just unfortunately they throw them at me so frequently when it comes to these defend missions. Hate it. Liberators are the same way. All right, how many waves of these do I have? Okay, just one more wave of them. It's fine, I'll get through it. See, now they spawned over there too, didn't they? I heard the gunshots going off, so... Okay, there we go. Okay, well, at least I got the rank out of it. That works. That works. All right, we'll run back over here, and we'll make use of this one. And I think this will be it, right? Would this be it? I'll have to check again. But I think this will be it. got here just in time. It's literally starting right now. That works. I can deal with that. All right. What do we got? Mole rats again. You rat bastards. At least it's only one wave of them this time around. That do it? That did it. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So I need one more, right? Yeah, one more. All right. Well, let me run over here to the camp and I will do the photo mode thing just so I can get that out of the way before I forget about it again, because I have forgotten about it. You guys need to remind me of these things. Where's my reminders about it? I suck at remembering. I'm too old. I can't remember nothing. Okay, so there's one, there's two, and there's three. Okay, there we go. We got that one done. Didn't give us the rank up again, but that's okay. We've gained quite a few ranks today. Not too bad. Not too bad. I can deal with that. Let me run over here to the Pleasant Valley. I'll see if any more of the mole miners have spawned up over there. Hopefully. That'd be nice. Get a few more legendaries out of today. I can deal with that. we need to remind ourselves to remember, right? That's what it comes down to. We need a reminder to remember to remind ourselves. I need a secretary just to help me remember. Don't forget, Mr. Robinson, you gotta do this and this and this. Okay, thank you. Okay, well, I'm not hearing any of them yet. I'll head over this direction. Nope, you do not have permission to kill me, Mr. Scorched. I will not allow it. Oh, you know what? I forgot to join in with a public team here. This is another thing I always forget about when I join into a private server. I always forget to pop on the public team so I can get the... Because I have herd mentality, and it definitely makes a difference when you're in a team or not. So... What? I don't know. What? Nope. Nobody has spawned over here. Well, that's disappointing. No, not us either. Not your brain either. All right. Well, then in that case, let's go over here to Westac. Hey, I just took that picture. That's always kind of nice when the picture that you just took comes right up there for you. Very pretty. Very pretty. Okay. Let's see if anybody else is over here. Jump out of there. Get over there. Thank you. There we go. I have not eaten for days either. Whoa. There we go. And one more somewhere. Where are you? One of the dogs or something? Yeah, one of the dogs. There we go. Inside the cage. We'll run around the back. I know I probably should have used my lunch boxes earlier, but I'm going to save them until I get the new level up thing popping up. You know, the level up event popping up. I missed that totally. Come on, die. Thank you. And one more. Right there. There we go. Okay. So I'm not going to worry about tooling around on the inside. I was just seeing if any of the mole miners had popped up here, and they did not. So let me see. Did the manhunt one pop up over here? It did not either. Okay. Well, in that case, let's just go over here to the fertile soil mission real quick. I'll run through that real quick. I'm curious. I have not done this mission since the Steel Rain patch was released. And what I'm curious about so between Locked and Loaded and the Steel Rain patch, something happened with this area that we ended up getting like this bug that would occur on certain people's systems that the sound would like overlap and delay and stuff, and it got really nasty, like really nasty to hear. It was really annoying. And I'm one of the people that bug ended up happening to a lot. So they have allegedly, since the Steel Rain patch, fixed that particular bug. So I'm kind of curious as to whether or not it occurs coming through here and doing this mission. Because this one is kind of a nice one, again, to do the events with. It resets every time you come onto a public world if it hasn't been completed, you know, within a reasonable amount of time. So it's kind of nice just to come through, do it real fast, and get it completed. Between this one and the manhunt one, it's nice and quick to get through these, complete the event challenges. So far it does seem like it's working. I would have noticed it by this point in time if it was still going. So yeah, it does look like they fixed it. That's good.
Good job.
Yes, I wish you a happy day on the farm too.
Responder team, proceed to the Ag Center and get to the mainframe.
I'm getting to the mainframe.
Farmhand targeting parameters.
Shut up and let me get to the mainframe.
Be careful.
I will be careful. I'll be careful killing everything that's around me. Because that's what I do. Oh, I went the wrong way. It's over this way. Yeah, there we go. Any more right there? Nope. Okay. Well, then we'll get this one complete, and we will be done with that set of missions. And there we go. Got the events one completed. Nice. And we got a rank. Cool. Let's take out these guys here real quick while I'm right here. Because why not? It's available. And that will do those. Okay. I think the only things I have left are the daily challenges and then the repair thing as well. Which I don't think I have anything that I can do the repair to yet, right? Let me make sure here. No, but they're getting there. And then I haven't really taken much damage, so I'm not really expecting anything there. Nah. Okay. Okay, well, these two things I can go ahead and just drop. Get rid of them. Yeah. Okay, well, that'll work. All right, let me head back to my camp here real quick. Nope, I don't want to edit the name. There we go. Come on, fast travel. Kick in. Thank you. So I hope everybody out there has been having just an utterly fabulous day.
It's so fabulous.
It is indeed a fabulous day. And that everything that you guys are working for is coming to fruition. You know, that's one of the things that I love to make sure that people are hearing, that they have that little bit of extra something from somebody out there saying that they're wishing them well. You know what I mean? But with every video that I do, I like to do this little bit of dad moments for the people that are out there. So let me go ahead and do that here for you guys real quick. No matter who you are, no matter what you're going through, you're worthy of being loved. And don't let anybody ever tell you any different. Don't let anybody ever teach you any different. Don't give your power away. I don't care what you're going through. I don't care who you are. I don't care the lifestyle that you're leading, whatever the case may be. If you're not evil, you know, you're not trying to be evil, then you're worthy of being loved, my friend. Okay? So it's important to hear that once in a while from somebody, right? So hopefully you hear that from me. Okay? Let me repair this one real quick. That's going to do that repair item. I saw that was a little bit down. Let me go ahead and look through the rest of the things that I have here and see if there's anything else. Okay, yeah, that one I can do a repair too. And that might be it. Let me take a look. Okay, that one worked. And then there we go. And hey, there we go. We got the repair. We got the repair one done too. Nice. That'll work. Bringing that 2000 XP thing. Not bad. Not bad. That'll work. All right, let me put those things away down here real quick. Before I forget and I log back in and wonder why I don't have any carry weight. And there we go. So let me take a look here and see where my scoreboard stuff is. I've gained a few goodies today, I think. Yeah, look at that. We gained quite a bit today. All right, so we got the icon. More perks. Oh, I got the Brotherhood building set. Okay, that's cool. I've been looking forward to this. I want to definitely do something with this to see what comes about with it. It looks really cool. We got a weapon skin that I will probably never ever make use of because I don't use those guns very much. More lunch boxes, which is exactly what we need, right? We got the power armor paint, which this one looks pretty cool too. I kind of dig how this one is. But that one's for the T51, which I don't use. I use the XO1 power armor. We got some legendary cores. That'll be good. And yeah, we're on the atoms part of it now. So getting there. What level are we at right now? 39. So we actually gained 6 ranks today. I started out with 33 today. So we gained 6 today. That's not bad at all, folks. That's not bad at all. I'm looking forward to getting this paint job for the fixer because we have yet to actually get any kind of like paint jobs for the fixers when it comes to this stuff. And it'd be really nice to have a little bit of variety available for us, right? Because variety is the key of life. Is it not, my friends? Anyways, with all that being said, I do think I'm going to go ahead and take a break here for a little bit, but I will be back on later on tonight. I might be playing a little bit of games. I don't know. I might be doing a little bit of talking. I don't know. But in the meantime, make sure you guys hit that follow button if you're over there on Twitch. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you're over there on YouTube. I would deeply appreciate it. Let me know that what I'm doing is something worthwhile to you guys. All right. So in the meantime, keep safe out there. Have fun. Thank you so much as always for watching. We'll talk to you again later.
Incoming customer detected.